Hey there, it's David H. Lawrence the 17th, and just a couple days ago, I was at a voiceover performers meetup. Happens every month here in Los Angeles. It's called Voices Anonymous. Hi, David. And it basically is a get together of like minded people, people that are working in the industry, want to work in the industry, maybe have been working for a while. We have some teachers in there, we have some students in there, we have some people who are not in class or teaching class, just generally doing the work. It's kind of fun. I love it. Bob and Patty do a great job with it. And I was talking with one of the attendees at this past month's meeting, and he admitted to me that he absolutely hates these kinds of events, just hates them. And my first question was, well, why are you here if you hate them? Well, I feel like I have to be at them because if not, then I'm going to miss something. So, fear of missing out, which we've done another video on. But I said, why do you hate it? And his answer was really interesting. He said, it's a crapshoot. I never know whether the person that I introduce myself to is going to be interesting or not. And that was a moment of really harsh honesty that I found refreshing. And I told him so. I said, well, that's really honest. I mean, most people wouldn't say that. They'd say, oh, I'm just, I'm shy by nature, or I don't ever know what to say. And he goes, well, I don't usually know what to say either, but usually I'm much more anxious about the idea that the person that I do represent, or introduce myself to will spend the next hour jawing my ear off. And that's happened to all of us, right? We don't necessarily want to take the time that we have allotted for that particular event and somehow, in our idea, waste it with someone who isn't going to be useful to us in the future, or isn't going to be interesting to talk to, or is going to bore us, or is going to. And so part of that is understanding how to enter and exit a conversation gracefully, which is a subject for another video. But the other thing is, and he said this, I don't know what to say. And I usually have something to ask or talk about when I start. And oftentimes I'm the one that's approached as opposed to me approaching someone. I try, but before I ever get a chance to do it, somebody's coming up to me. And so when I do get a chance to do it, I love using an opener like, I've been thinking about this a lot over the last few weeks, and I wonder what your opinion is of this. And then asking a question that opens the conversation in our world, like, do events like this make you anxious? What's the best voiceover job you ever had? I've been talking to people about it like crazy. Or I actually saw an article with some suggestions on it. Let me see what they say. If you could choose any new performance skill to learn, what would it be? What's your definition of success? I love that because I certainly have one. You guys know it. Do more of what works, less of what doesn't, and figure out what works and what doesn't. But if you have some of that in your back pocket, the little thing that you need to overcome with that is that it might feel contrived. That, oh, I had this, cold opening, icebreaker in my back pocket and I wanted to use it. Just ask it naturally and ask it with real intention of understanding the result and understanding how that fits in with you because, you never know. You might be really surprised at the answers that some people give you. And also, there's lots of other options for how to approach that. Hey, could you settle an argument for me? I've been arguing with my best friend about this for a while, and then present something. The kind of thing that I've been asked a lot is, how did you get started? Where did you learn all this stuff? Why do you like that particular microphone? Very specific things. But what it reminds me of is that people sometimes have an issue with just opening up and being vulnerable at events like that. They're like, I'm frightened to talk. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste somebody else's time. And if you just give yourself the permission to be curious and interested and to engage in what other people are thinking and doing and be a good listener, right? When you ask questions, let them talk and ask them more questions about that. When you do that, you start to learn all kinds of things, and the anxiety kind of drops away because now you've got a mission. Now you've got a path to follow. So I hope that helps. I don't know how many of you are nervous or anxious when you go to networking events or when you go to workshops or when you go to classes. Let me know in the comments below what your life is like when you go to live events or when you go to online events. What's it like for you? Is it easy for you to open up or is it tough for you to open up? And really explore why. Let me know why. I want to know because it's fascinating to me. You know, pretend we're at a meetup and I've asked you, what is it that you like or don't like about events like this, right? But by the way, please do that not on YouTube if that's where you're watching this video, but on the website because, and we give you the link in the YouTube video so you can find that. The website is where all my tools are and where things are sane and moderated. I'd really prefer that you do things there. If you'd like to be on my list, I'd love to have you. There's a box below this video that says join the list, and we'd love to have you on that list. And if you'd like to see the latest video I've done, I've got one very special coming up for you. I'm about ready to do an event with my coaches. And when I'm done with that event, I'm going to share a video with you, and we're moving forward with Project X. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, if you'd like to know when that happens, join my list. But if you'd like to see the latest video I've produced, then go ahead, click on that frame there, and YouTube will play it for you. I'm David H. Lawrence, the 17th. I thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you tomorrow.